Today I will show how to make Chaler Guro or rice flour. It is used in different Bengali recipes like sweets or desserts like Pithe, firni, etc. It is also used to make rice dough and used as a batter for crispy fritters. It can be used with both types of rice, parboiled rice or seddho chal, and raw rice or atop chal. However, one may have preference for one over the other. If you are a new friend, then please subscribe, comment, like and share before leaving, and also click the bell icon. This is the life cycle of different stages of a rice flour. Raw rice, washed and soaked rice, coarse rice flour, fine rice flour. Let's quickly view the ingredients used. Note, raw rice about 2 cups gives us soaked rice a little less than 2.5 cups. This amount of soaked rice gives us 2.5 cups of fine rice flour. Thus, raw rice when soaked becomes more in amount, but when we grind soaked rice into fine powder, the amount remains same. Please take rice as per this measurement. Let's begin. I have taken Kalijira rice or Govindabhog chal 2 cups in a bowl. I washed it with water 3 to 4 times till the water looked clean. Please follow the process shown in the video. The rice water is extremely good for watering plants. I added water 2 cups and ensured that all rice is submerged in the water. I soaked rice for 1 hour. Minimum soaking time is 30 minutes. The rice has become swollen and bigger. A nice aroma of Govindabhog rice has filled my room. I kept a strainer on top of a deep bowl and strained the rice. I used deep bowl so that strained water does not touch rice again and make it wet. I then spread the rice in the strainer and allowed water from the rice to drip for 2 to 4 hours to make the rice drier. After 2 hours, the rice has become dry, but it still has a lot of moisture. I then transferred the rice onto a plate. I spread wet rice evenly on the thala so that water evaporates quickly. Please follow my hand movement. To expedite the process, we can also keep the plate in the sunlight. Even if sunlight is not falling directly on the plate, is also okay. By keeping the plate next to the window does the job, as heat from the sun dries the rice. Every half an hour, I ran my fingers through the rice. If we are keeping the rice outdoor, then it needs to be covered with a cloth or a fine mesh. If it is indoor and windows are closed, then covering rice is an option. We can also use pedestal fan or ceiling fan for this process. The time of drying depends upon the weather and the region of the world we are living. If rice is moved on the plate and it leaves white rice watermark like this, then it means the rice is quite wet. It cannot be made into flour. If the rice is still moist but does not leave white marks, then we can make flour with the rice. My rice is dry and ready to be made into powder. I have transferred rice to a bowl and poured little soaked rice, about half cup at a time, into the chutney jar. A lot of rice should not be used for grinding at one time. The blades would not move properly and rice would remain coarse and won't become fine flour. I used the chopping option twice. Then I used speed number 1 or 2 and then slowly counted to 30. As we can see, rice has grinded to fine flour. I shook the chutney jar to loosen the rice flour. Then I poured some in the strainer to strain the rice flour. I took little at a time to prevent spilling. I kept the coarser rice flour in a separate bowl each time I grinded rice. After completing making fine rice flour, I grinded the coarse rice flour and strained it till it became fine powder like the rest of the rice. To preserve it, I kept it in the sun for 2 to 3 hours without a lid but a cloth on top of it. I then preserved it in the airtight jar or ziploc. Then in the refrigerator, it will stay good for 6 to 7 months. I will be back with another video. Bye.